Williamson. I'm here with GoGo Magazine in conjunction with Digiblade.com. We're here with Kal Spelletich from the SEEMEN. We've just seen a show, And They Feared for Their Lives, with the SEEMEN in conjunction with New Havoc Amateurs. What'd you think? You just saw the show.
Having fun. It's quite an experience.
Yeah,
Great to be in Denver.
What do you think of New Havoc?
Love them.
Yeah.
Great bunch of people.
What's your favorite thing about their show so far?
How do you put your finger on it? The chaos. Sexuality. There's fire. Great beat.
And you can dance to it? Like a 10?
I give it a 10. I don't know if it's one thing I like. It's that onslaught that I like.
Yeah. And you brought 8 different machines out to the show here, right?
Mm-hmm. I actually haven't counted, but
yeah, I did when I was when I was watching the show. Which one's your favorite?
oh, I don't know. They're all my, how can they're all my kids. I love them all.
Yeah, but what's special about them is that they're so interactive. Why do you try to bring the audience in?
When I build something, I think, what would I want to see, or what would I want to experience, and then that's what I do. And I think it's important to bring the audience into your work, and really not interested in a line drawn between the audience and the performer. I'm interested in letting the machines be performers and letting the audience get up on stage and be performers. And that's exciting. That is like a little bit of chaos you can throw into the show. And you're not really sure how they'll react or respond. And what? It's not done enough. Not enough people are letting the audience get in on the show and be part of the show.
And you got this inspiration from this from in the early 80s?
Mm-hmm. Even the 70s, yeah.
70s, yeah.
It's just, back then, you would go to a show and there's like 40 people at the gig. And even when it was like Sonic Youth, there's still only 40 people at the show, and they'd let you jump on stage, and there was all a sense of community. And I loved that kind of energy when I went to a show, and I would go to an art exhibit, and it was like a mausoleum. It was like, don't touch anything, and everything's white and pristine and clean, and I wanted that kind of energy at my art show, and that kind of vitality, and to bring the audience into the mix, give them a real life experience, so they could go to the show and something really, truly happen to them. Not
virtual.
Not virtual, not vicarious. Very good. Something that they could get right in, and something would happen to them.
Yeah.
And then you have something that touches you, and that's important, I think. This day and age, where we're all looking at computers every day, I do it too. It's important to have.
They're going to be looking at it on a computer, probably.
And that's okay. That's fine. That's all right. But it also makes it all the more important to give people real experiences in life.
People seem to really respond to the fire shower. Why do you think that was?
I don't know. It's like it's my rock star hit or something. It's like my #1 hit these days. And
in the fire shower, somebody stands in the middle of it, and there's a big cylinder of fire whirling around them. I talked to the girl Christine who went in there, and she said she felt really at peace after she got out. That she felt really like that she had an incredible experience, and that she was feeling peaceful. I know that when I went in the shark cage, it was funny because you had a quote to describe it from Joseph Campbell. Do you remember the quote?
It's as the angel of death approaches, it's horrifying, but when he reaches you, there can be moments of bliss. And it's learning to accept your mortality and to let go and kind of just suspend this like clinging to life, and life must be this certain way, and having this preconceived notion about how your reality should be. And if you can suspend that and get in the cage and see what happens, you can reach levels of bliss. You can reach levels of transcendence.
I think the interesting thing for me is that it showed how art can be interpreted in different ways, because I know that for me, when the angel was coming towards me, there was this, you could watch the angel and it was beautiful, and then slap of hearing the clanging of the cage around you, and that was the thing that made the mortality hit home. It wasn't the approach, it was the shock itself.
Well, I love that you can feel it. You're in the cage, and the whole cage shakes. You can hear it, you can smell it, you can smell the fire, and you feel the heat of the fire, and to work with all those mediums is very fun to me. I love the sounds of the machines. A lot of the shows, if we depending on the venue, I contact mic them, and each one has its own little voice, sweet little voice, and it's great to bring that voice out of the machine.
Great.
It's like a singer, opera singer.
So what are you doing now?
What's up now? Oh God, I have a zillion machines I want to build. I can't wait to get back to my shop. But
and you're on your way to Kansas City now?
Off to Kansas City, then Chicago, Detroit, and Cleveland, and then Pittsburgh, and then New York, and then we go up and down the coast in New York, and got about 2 months of traveling ahead.
Yeah.
Pretty stoked.
What machine are you thinking of doing next?
What is next? What is next? God, there's so many I want to do.
Yeah.
What am I
Just
working
one
on?
of them, yeah.
Just give you one?
Yeah.
It's easier for you to say and hard for me to say. What am I working on? I'm working on a jet engine right now. A homemade jet engine.
Yeah.
It's like 98% done. It was so sad to not bring it on tour.
And what are they going to do with it?
I put an afterburner on it, which is like a giant flamethrower, and it's going to spin a prayer wheel.
Oh.
With the blast of the jet engine. And then I let people operate. It needs like 3 or 4 operators to run this whole contraption. And so I asked for like 4 volunteers, and they each get a little job to do. And one's in charge of the prayer wheel, one's in charge of the afterburner, one's in front of the 2 need to run the jet engine. And it's awesome. It just roars and shakes, and feel it. Feel your heart shaking.
Well, thanks very much. It seems like we've run out of